Hi, everyone. Welcome to Partners in Pop Culture, where we read the creepy, the kooky, and today the downright mysterious and spooky with some Halloween Reddit stories. I'm Stetson.
And I'm Tori. Let's get into it.
Ooh, I don't know what to expect. Like, if they're going to be like creepy stories or like friend's kid trick-or-treating and I abandoned them in a neighborhood they're not familiar with. Could be anywhere in between.
It really could. It could. I think today is like parenting meets Halloween. So
ooh, okay.
That's kind of the vein that we're in today. Am I the asshole for making my daughter return a Halloween costume?
Okay.
This happened in October, and my daughter is still acting cold and hardly speaking to me. My daughter, female 16, works an after-school job 5 days a week. Her high school had a costume contest for Halloween. My daughter and her friends planned a group costume to enter. She went with her friends after school to buy costumes.
This is not sounding good for a poster so far. There's a lot being built up around this costume.
I picked her and her friends up from the store and they showed me their costumes. My daughter spent $80 on hers. I was pissed. That's a lot of money to spend on something you're going to wear for a few hours. Very irresponsible use of money. I told her as much in the car, told her it was ridiculous. I dropped her friends off and took her back to the store to return the costume and accessories. Her friends found someone else to take her place in the group and they won the costume contest and a $100 Visa gift card to split. My daughter came home from school on Halloween upset. She claimed she had to sit and watch while her friends had fun and she missed out on everything. I pointed out to her after splitting the gift card, it would be way less than she spent on the costume, and it was only a few hours, but she didn't want to listen to reason. Now, a month later, she is still moody and mostly ignoring me. My ex-husband told me I made her miss out, and she worked so much she missed out on a lot of stuff with her friends, and I could have let her have this. But at the end of the day, I saved her $80. I'm just trying to teach my daughter how to be responsible with money, especially since she would have only worn it for a few hours. So, is OP the asshole?
Resoundingly, yes. You're not just the asshole. You suck. Like, you suck.
Right?
What the fuck's wrong with you? Wasn't sure if I'd missed in the beginning. I was like, well, whose money is it? And I held out hope that it was Poster's money because I could understand not wanting your kid to spend $80 of your money to win part of a $100 gift card. I get that. It's a net loss, you know. Yeah. That makes a bit more sense. I still would have thought you were an asshole, but maybe not the asshole. But it was the kid's money.
Yeah.
Like, it was their hard-earned fucking money that they should be able to spend on whatever they want in their life. Yep. Because they're a thinking individual with their own hopes and desires. Yeah, you're the asshole. Unequivocally. What is there to even discuss?
How controlling.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, what a control freak. Because even if you don't agree, even if you truly think $80 is too much, which, by the way, is like going costume rates, right? For a decent costume with accessories. Yeah,
not even a great costume, just
up.
Like a full costume. Yeah, $80 is not that
$50
outrageous.
to like $90 is like the standard range. So it's not like your daughter spent a crazy amount for Halloween.
It was a group costume, so you have to assume that whatever the costume was like that was what they had to get.
Yeah. Also,
I mean, literally, there might not have been a cheaper option that would have fit the group theme.
So this is probably a little silly, but like, I also find it very curious that they didn't even tell us what the costume was.
Right.
You didn't mention it. Does OP even know?
I mean, that's a good question, because like, A, do they know? B, do they just not want to tell us because the money wasn't really the issue?
Yeah.
There's a lot of assumption that it's only going to be worn for a few hours. I don't know. I've definitely bought costume pieces that then became wardrobe.
Oh, yeah, for sure. For sure.
Or were worn year after year. You
Yeah.
know, I have costume pieces that I've had for a decade and I still pull them out sometimes for
Yeah.
Halloween events.
Yeah. I think, like you said, very presumptuous to just assume that it's like a one-time use
Yeah.
item. Yeah, so I feel like unsurprisingly, OP was labeled the asshole.
Of course.
And I
This is like the dude who locked a kid in the bathroom. Like, what do you mean, am I the asshole? Well, like, how do you fix your face to type the little question in on Reddit? Seriously, how do you... Am I the asshole? Yes.
You're like low-grade villain level.
You are a villain. Like, you are your child's villain.
If this was a coming-of-age tale,
fucked.
you'd be the villain. I'm not even going to go through these comments. Everybody agrees.
Yeah.
Resoundingly, you suck. And people make many a point, but not too many unlike what we've already said.
Yeah.
So. But I had to include it because I was like, you are silly.
You know, I don't know. That's one of those things where, like, some people get so caught up in, like, being the parent and feeling like they have to teach, like, these moral and philosophical lessons that if I don't impart these on you as a child, I've failed you. And, like, simultaneously, you know, a really important lesson that your money is your money.
Mm-hmm.
And other people don't get to tell you what you do with your money. And if you spend it frivolously, you don't have it anymore. And that can suck. That's a lesson.
You know, the idea of like, I'm teaching her responsibility, and it's like, clearly she is responsible. She works.
Yeah,
she made
$80.
money. She saved this up. She's already clearly responsible. The only comment I will read is by OP. She says, yes, from her after school, but she doesn't make much. So I'm trying to show her how to be responsible with it and start saving.
You know, just misguided. At the end of the day, it's just misguided, but
6.7 thousand downvotes. And I think OP was like, that's enough. That's enough from me.
yeah, bow out. Yeah,
Yeah.
bow out.
This
You're
is
the
done.
asshole.
Well, let's leave that asshole in the past and move on. So
Put the asshole behind us.
oh yeah, you always keep your asshole behind you, kids.
Good advice.
It's a lesson. Okay. Am I the asshole for buying my son a Halloween costume? Oh, see, we have a little.
Oh, what a
reverse from the other
flip.
one.
Yeah, like a
little flipper.
direct inverse situation.
So, I, 34 female, and my husband, 35 male, have a 5-year-old son together. My husband was raised in a family where boys play with cars and girls with dolls.
Okay.
Son has a huge obsession with unicorns and asked if he could go as a unicorn for Halloween. My husband told him no, and he would take him shopping for a boy costume. I found one in his size and wrapped the costume up to surprise him. I gave it to him after school, and he immediately went to put it on. My husband looks at me and tells me that I'm trying to change our son to be girly and should have bought him a Spider-Man or Superman costume. This incident happened over the weekend, and husband is still fuming over it. Am I the asshole for buying my son a Halloween costume?
No. Your husband might be an asshole. He sounds like an asshole. I mean, he's more than anything, he just sounds insecure. But no, you're not an asshole for helping your child, you know, enjoy themselves and experience what they want in life. It's kind of your job. I don't, what's feminine about a unicorn? What's not masculine about a stallion with a sword coming out of its face?
Yeah.
Like, what?
What's masculine about heroes?
Because they're boy heroes. I mean, I don't think he would have been all right with his son dressing up as Adam Eve. Like,
Is that a woman?
oh yeah, from Invincible. I'm sorry, I should have gone with someone more recognizable, like Wonder Woman.
That's where I thought you were gonna. You're allowed to veer off. You're allowed to
Yeah.
create your own lane. My first thought. So okay, obviously husband sucks, right? That we can cut it there. I know he's got his own
he's got his own things going on.
Yada, yada. Get in therapy, read a book.
Yeah. I mean, you're right.
I will say, I do think it's kind of fucked up to give that child the gift knowing that his dad was going to have a problem with it. And that kind of puts you and your partner at odds in a way that also ropes in your kid. I understand being at odds about that in theory. I'm not married to someone who that would be an issue, but I will say I do think that that's kind of poor handling. Because I think if that's what you were going to do, I mean, you didn't say it because you knew your husband would be mad.
Mm-hmm. You knew he'd try to stop you.
He knew he'd try to stop you, but
you probably knew that he wouldn't take it from your child after your child had it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have mixed feelings on that, because if it were me and I were being an unreasonable asshole and standing in the way of our child's happiness over something that is ultimately innocuous and bears no potential for harm on our child, I would hope that you would take it upon yourself to give our little girl what she wants.
Yeah.
And make her happy. And I can suck it up and deal with it like a man. Because it's not my job to stand in the way of my child's happiness unless it's literally for their safety.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I just, being a unicorn is...
It's just...
He's just 5.
He's 5.
He's 5.
He's 5.
He's like a baby.
Girly and boy and manly, and none of that shit means anything.
Yeah. I mean, truly.
Let kids be kids.
Yeah, no, truly. It's about... I want to teach my kid what gender means.
Yeah.
And it needs to mean what it's
needs
always meant, as they like to say, which is true.
Yeah,
But
it kind of doesn't matter. Get over it.
It really doesn't. And unicorns aren't real.
That's...
Sorry.
I don't know. I know some people who believe.
If I'm bursting anyone's bubble out there, unicorns aren't real. So anyone can pretend to be a unicorn.
Say that all you want. I think they're real. I think they're deep down out there in the forest, hiding from us, shifting and dipping and dodging amongst the trees, just like Sasquatch.
Just like Sasquatch.
Somewhere there is a grove, a beautiful glade where the Sasquatch and the unicorn run free.
It's a beautiful idea.
I believe in it. I believe.
I'm glad you have something.
Truth is out there.
So I feel like, as you can imagine, not the asshole is what a lot of people are saying. The designation was everyone sucks here. But from what I can see, the comments I'm seeing, people think husband sucks and you're not the asshole.
I mean, everyone sucks here. Y'all think that little 5-year-old boy sucks in this equation?
Right? OP, I think you should start really considering the fact that this is going to be a issue for the rest of the time that you're raising children with this person.
Mm-hmm.
And like, you've already decided to have kids with this person. So, there's nothing to be done about that. But yeah, this is just going to be an ongoing issue. Okay, so for our last one today, would I be the asshole if I take away my daughter's Halloween? So, my daughter is 8 years old. Yesterday.
Yes. We're going to listen to this, but it's really hard for me to imagine a situation where it's like, what'd they do? Like, they stab someone? Like, that's weird. Okay.
Yesterday, we planned to have friends of hers over for pumpkin carving. When my husband picked her up from school, she had a friend with her and said he was supposed to go home with us. This is something we have planned with the friend's mom before, so my husband didn't think anything of it. However, this was not planned or approved by the mom. My daughter knew this and knew it was wrong to do, but wanted him to come over early. I called the mom right away and apologized. She also had bad behavior yesterday, such as not listening and arguing with me, doing other things she knew weren't allowed. She also was the only one who got frustrated carving her pumpkin and sat out even though I was offering to help. We have plans to go trick-or-treating this evening with her friends and family and play games after at their house. Would I be the asshole if I cancel our plans and not allow her to go trick-or-treating at all? I know something needs to be done, but just not sure if it would be too much.
Yes, of course. What? Something needs to be done. Okay, I can agree with that statement. Something needs to be done. You need to talk to your kid. She's sitting out, she's getting upset, she lied to you about it's crazy that something needs to be done and the first reaction is forbid them from trick-or-treating with their friends, which is something that we've been planning. I mean, is it possible maybe, have they considered that maybe something's going on with their kid and they need to talk about it?
I'm guessing they had a little bit of a conversation, but it doesn't really, there's no detail on that. It's just the results make me think they must have talked a little bit. I agree with you. I think I agree with you that I think it's interesting. The first thought is, or it appears that the first thought is, how do I punish her?
Yeah. Not how do I help?
Yeah, not how do I help. I can understand if we say, hey, we're gonna chill out a little bit on having people over because I can't trust you to tell me if someone is supposed to come over or not. That's fair. You can't lie to me.
Absolutely
like that.
Fair.
I think that's fair. I think that there's a way to address each part. The pumpkin carving, I would have to just wonder, maybe she just doesn't like pumpkin carving that much.
Yeah. Maybe there's some drama going on between these kids you don't know about.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know. To me, it reads a little bit like I put in effort for my child and now they have an attitude. So is it okay if I just punish the hell out of them for that? I have a specific point of view because I love Halloween, and especially when you're a kid, trick-or-treating is one of the absolute highlights of the year every single year. If my parents, if my parents had tried to tell me that I couldn't go out on Halloween when I had plans and I wanted to, I can't say for certain that I wouldn't have just gone anyways.
Yeah.
I really can't. Teenage me was a rebellious little son of a gun. But
yeah, I think to also appeal to the parent in this situation, you only have so many good years where you are able to go trick-or-treating with your kid.
For real.
There's only so many years that your kid will even go trick-or-treating. There's even less that they're going to be willing to do it with you. I can understand maybe saying, we are going to go trick-or-treating with everybody else, but I think we're going to call it, we're going to, call it early tonight, and we're just going to go home. I don't know. Selfishly, as a parent, I'd be like, well, I'm going to see you dressed up in that cute little costume.
Put in a lot of effort for this.
Yeah, I'm excited to share that with you. And I don't know. I don't even know if there's anything wrong with telling your kid, I really thought about us not going trick-or-treating, but I really want to share that with you.
Yeah.
And make those memories with you. So I really want to do that, but we're going to call it early.
Well, and that puts them on notice.
Yeah.
Your behavior was not, it was not unnoticed.
Yeah. Your behavior did not go unnoticed. Are you deserving of this? I don't know. We're doing it because I want to do it with you.
That's a lot to ask, though.
Loaded?
It's so loaded because we really got such a narrow perspective, and maybe there's more to it. Maybe the kid is just being a jerk, but I just doubt that. Kids are, for one. Let me clarify. Did they give the kids age? If so, I missed it.
She's 8.
8?
Yeah.
She's 8. I was thinking a bit older based on the behavior, but honestly, the age really just makes it make even more sense. She's 8. She's still figuring out her emotions. Empathy is a relatively new upload for her.
Yeah.
And she's dealing with other kids. I guarantee you there's something going on that caused that behavior. And the fact that OP has no clue what that was I mean, honestly, you've got a house full of 8-year-old girls, and you think it's weird that one of them is acting kind of pissy and upset?
Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong. Oh my God, that's a time in life.
Yeah.
Where like all it takes is someone to get it up their butt that they don't like you anymore, and everyone is now at your house carving pumpkins and also not talking to you. You know what I mean? So I agree with you.
I think you kind of already said this, but it seems like there was such a jump to like, how do I punish her for her behavior rather than like, how do I figure out why she's behaving like this?
Yeah.
How do I address my child's potential needs and help them?
Yeah. OP hasn't done anything yet.
Yeah.
And we do have
I was gonna say, did they give us an update?
a little update. She says, "Thank you everyone for your opinions and advice. I was genuinely on the fence about it and have decided after reading through the comments to have a more appropriate consequence instead of taking away Halloween."
Good job, Reddit.
Yes. People were pretty nice, pretty explicit. Basically just saying taking away holidays and once in a lifetime experiences isn't really justified. It doesn't address the behavior. So kids, you never know what they're taking away from something. I'm going to say something that pisses people off. Kids are like dogs. And that consequences need to be related to what has happened.
Directly linked
and
to
like
the cause.
You know, and kind of like to your point, when we were training our puppy, who is now a full-grown dog. He's a fully grown sweet boy. But when we were training and raising him, if we punish, you could see him literally get the exact wrong takeaway from being punished. It didn't matter how we tried to frame it, or, you know, how swiftly we tried to act in response to a bad behavior. He literally always had the wrong takeaway. And once we realized that, we changed gears because we realized punishment is not really the thing here. We really need to like play up rewarding him for doing well because
the correct behavior
because he wants to do the correct behavior. And so, you know, once we figured that out, and I feel like kids are the same way. Kids want you to like them. They want you to be happy with them. No child is like, man, I just can't wait to piss my mom off. Like most kids, I don't say none, but most kids aren't like that. Ask and just
have a conversation.
Yeah, how is this week going for you? It's been a hard week. Yeah.
Like you should be having like serious conversations with your child by 8 years old.
I think that's a good thing to just say, hey, honey, I feel like this has been a hard week. Is there something going on? Or, you know, is there anything you want to talk about? Anything on your mind? Is there anything I can do? I'm just trying to understand why, you know, you're not listening, or you seem distracted, or you're lying to me. And I just don't understand why that's happening. And like, you know, I know not every kid responds to that exactly, but you know, that's your kid, and that's OP, that's your job. You got to figure out what they respond to. But yeah, taking away Halloween, that ain't it.
And that's young enough. I mean, really, like you should start that way younger. Yeah. But like that is young enough that they're going to respond to what you give them. Like the repeat stimulus, the repeated techniques, they will respond to. You have to be consistent.
So people were happy to know that OP did not go through with that.
Me too.
With that punishment. And
would have been sad. It wouldn't have been right.
It wouldn't have been right.
Would have been an injustice.
We won't stand for injustice here. If you liked this video, please like this video and let
do
us
that. Click it. And then once you're done doing that, click the little subscribe button, little bell icon, all that stuff. Yeah, come see us. Come sit with us some more. Have some fun. Get some laughs.
Until next time, don't just consume pop culture. Question that shit.